So this A-liner, the walls fold down. It was very intimidating. It was scary being a woman and a woman of color. I feel like I've perfected it. I'm pretty good at backing up the camper. They're super supportive. They're very proud of me. Hi, my name is Luz Lituma. This is Milo, and this is my tiny home. Come take a tour. Welcome to the inside of mi casita. Here is the kitchen. As you can see, I don't have a stovetop. I use a portable stovetop, like a super cheap one that I bought off of Walmart for 30 bucks, and I've had it for like 2 years. And I store it in between my storage space that I have for clothes. And so when I cook, I essentially leave it here. This goes down there, and then I cook and stuff, and it helps that I have a fan because then all the heat can get out. Okay, so this is the most basic A-liner model. So since this model doesn't come with a fridge, I got this Dometic CRX Pro one. I also have another small 25 electric cooler in the car because I need more space. So it lasts about like 2 to 3 weeks, the amount of food. So here's the sink. I've never used it before. I dry camp a lot. And I don't have access to water or anything, so I just use like a big 5-gallon jug and then my 2 small 2-gallon water cooler to get water and then wash dishes. I spray and I wipe off, or I let Milo lick the plates and the spoon to clean it off. But yeah, very simple. I'm not like too much into huge gadgets. In here is my storage space where I have my blender, which is powered by my EcoFlow, my toaster. That's a new addition, which I got really excited about because toasting bread on a stovetop takes forever. And here's all my plates and my pots. Me and my dad added this shelf because this is just was one big open shelf. And so we used these closet-made little shelves and added 2 pieces of wood right here, and it's in these Walmart baskets. It's like meant to be for that because it fits perfectly. So my mom made these curtains just so I could block out the sunlight and get some privacy. Sometimes I'm in campgrounds where there's a lot of people. So if I need to use the bathroom or something, I make sure to cover it all up. And then you do this and you do this. And then you have sunlight. So this A-liner the walls fold down. So every time that I'm leaving, I have to put away, I have to put this down on the floor. This doesn't fit in any of the drawers, so I have a special place for it on the floor. Put these back in shelves and stuff. And yeah, usually just obviously need my keys. The snack bag, which is also a pantry, I put it on the bed. Everything has to be from this point right here needs to be cleared, completely cleared, so I could pull down all the way and cause no damage to the walls. So I have 2 batteries, the one that's powering the electric cooler inside the car, the Dometic battery, and then I use this EcoFlow for everything. Essentially, I charge my phone, my computer. I used to power a electric cooler as well, and it would last 3 to 4 days, which was amazing. Now that I have cool new additions like a toaster and a blender that I use to make smoothies in the morning, I mean, it still gives me 3 days, and I think it's amazing. And I heard you can actually power your AC unit, but I don't know, I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, I love that thing. It's a good addition. I hit the road long term in 2020. I actually lived in my Subaru Forester. I took out the seats, I built a platform, and I put a mattress back there. And I lived in it for 8 months. And then February 2021, I upgraded to this huge home. It looks tiny to some, but to me, after living in the Forester, it made me appreciate space so much more. It's tiny, but the point is to be outside, right? I feel like there's so many reasons why I decided to hit the road and live outside. I know I've always loved long road trips, but I think it's just the feeling of freedom and trying to be in my solitude and alone and trying to figure myself out. The first year, it was just mainly me being alone. And during the pandemic, Like there were no places to shower. There was like minimal contact with anyone else. And the next year when things kind of slowed down, I think the main purpose I realize is that I want to establish some community, and I want to meet other people that are like me, and I want to meet other people that are outdoorsy and like to hike and climb and do all these fun things, which I wasn't feeling where I lived. And I used to live in Atlanta. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I left. There's a bunch of reasons, but that's one of the main reasons. So how this A-liner comes, just like factory setup, was that this was the main bed, and it's smaller than a twin size bed. And I tried to make it work the first couple of weeks, but it was just way too small for me. So I did a temporary bed on the other side, which we'll get to see soon. This all used to be a bench, like one big long bench essentially where the mattress went. But yeah, so we cut it out right here and then added this brace all along here, and made this like essentially my dinette, my work area. Still trying to find the perfect desk for it. But yeah, so under each one of these cushions, there's storage. On that side, there's this really cool Nemo little mattress that fits perfect. It's like it's made for this, that fits perfectly here, and it's like the most comfortable thing, and a sleeping bag. And so when I have guests over, I make the bed. I have wooden blocks that go right here. And then yeah, people lay down and it's comfy. I can fit up to like 3 people here. I would say comfortably 2 people on that bed, 1 person here, but comfortably it would be 1 person here. And under this one right here is my portable toilet. It's a Dometic portable one that has 2 separate units. So you use the bathroom and then it all goes under, and then you separate it and go throw it out in a Volt toilet. I love it. It's been a game changer, because at first I didn't have it, and it was like, I would like drive out to gas stations or like try to find somewhere to comfortably use the bathroom when there's a bunch of people like in the Forest Service road. It's tough. I have a little curtain, a little noisy at first, but yeah. And then you get a nice view. Something I really like about this is, I mean, it's really, you can't see inside. If you go outside, it's just like a black plastic window, but I like it because it kind of changes the color, and then the sunrises look extra dramatic. So it's really pretty. And then when it gets too cold too, I feel like it helps block out a little bit of the cold at least. Milo decided to join us. Here is, this side right here is the pantry essentially, and like where all like my utility box and my bathroom things go. So in here I have 2 baskets and then my cereal. And so I have like a whole bunch of canned goods and other things from Trader Joe's. Pantry baskets right here, and then under we have the utility box, which has like all my chargers, all my electric wires, my headlamp, my cleaning materials. And down here is my toiletry stuff that I use daily. This right here is really cool. So it's like my portable pantry. It's like my snack bag. So whenever I have long road trips, I make sure to have all the goodies that I can easily eat while I'm driving in here. So it's like my portable snack bag / pantry. And behind here is an AC unit that I never use. I dry camp, like I said, so I keep it super minimal, and it would be nice to use it when it's summertime, because last summer was really, really tough. And then this is the bed. A twin size extra large mattress fit on it. I added a strut, which sometimes struggles. And then I have 4 different baskets. The clothes that I use the most, especially like warm pants and stuff, because I feel like I'm always in colder climates. I store it all right here. And then those on each side is a storage compartment. And on that side I have like backpacking gear, where I put like my sleeping bag, my backpacks. Then over here I have like my shoe basket and a heater. So I use a Buddy heater, rarely use it, but it's there just in case things get a little extreme. So back here we have the awesome shade. I didn't add these came with the A-liner. I put it down and watch the sunrise. Since I don't use any of the electrical stuff that's really built in the camper, I use my awesome solar powered M-powered Lucy lights. And this one's super cute because it's a string light. And I usually put it over my window. And then this one too, it's super bright and I can hang it anywhere. I usually hang it up there. But yeah, it helps me at night, especially when winter time comes around and the sun goes down sooner, there's less light. Another thing that I changed to the camper, which I was a little nervous about because I've looked everywhere, like on forums and stuff, and didn't really see much about painting the walls. But I think I figured it out. So I painted it about, was it 3 months ago? And it's holding up great. They were originally like cream wallpaper walls. What I did was I got the Zinger 123 primer, which is like super thick paint primer, and put it on first. Put 2 coats on, and then the Valspar indoor paint, which this color, I love green. And it's been awesome. It makes it feel a lot more homier, because before it was just very like plain. I had the camper super plain for like a year and didn't do anything special to it. And then I went back to my parents' place in Florida and like redid a couple of things that I had in mind. So when I first hit the road, I travel alone, and it was very intimidating. It was scary being a woman and a woman of color out in super rural towns, super rural part of America. And I feel like I lost a lot of sleep. I always say, I think all my gray hairs came out during that year. And it's just like being a woman traveling alone. As empowering as it is, you have to be realistic and be like, hey, there's also scary moments and scary parts to it. But you got to take all the precautions, and I feel like that, and find other like-minded folks, and campgrounds where you know you're gonna feel safe. I think that helped me ease my mind a lot, and I was able to sleep after a while. And then also having this camper changed things completely, because I feel a lot more safe in this campground, or in this camper, because I go to more established campsites versus before I was stealth camping in the Subaru, and put me in kind of sketch situations sometimes. So yeah, like I feel like I kind of got it down now. I feel a lot safer. Okay, so the first thing I do when I get to a campsite is I want more space. If it's nice weather, I set out the table where I cook sometimes, instead of cooking inside, because if it's a nice day, the goal is to be outside. And I use my water jug. That's the 2-gallon one, and I like using that one because it's easy to like pour out. It's got this cool nozzle right here. The 5-gallon one is just to refill the 2-gallon. This table is awesome because it's super compact. So when I put it away in the camper or the car, it just like folds up and it's like this big, which is really nice. This thing right here is the AC unit, and it sticks out. It makes it hard to see in your rear view mirror when you're driving. But it's the AC unit that I've never used before. A cool trick that I found out through my other van life friends that I've made over time is getting a rug. You can leave your shoes out, clean your shoes out right there, and just drop them off, and that way you're barefoot inside. And a chair. I like this one too because it folds really tight. So this camper has 2 wheels, so they added this awesome stabilizer. So you use this to stabilize it so it doesn't shake when you're in there, because if you don't have those up, it just like sways a bit. So you do this, and then you just, ta-da! This is the towing vehicle that I use to tow the camper. The camper weighs about 1,080 pounds, and the car tows 1,500 pounds. So I use this. It's a Subaru Forester 2017. So I always get questions about how you feel when you drive it. Like, is it tough to tow a camper? But honestly, it's only a 10-foot camper, and I sometimes forget that I'm towing anything, and it's so lightweight. The only time I really notice is when I'm going uphill. You have to go a little bit, or a lot slower than you usually would. It's super easy. The only hard part is if you get like to a dead end and you need to back up, you have to practice. And I've been forced to practice over the last couple of years, and I feel like I've perfected it. I'm pretty good at backing up the camper. I like my setup a lot because my camper, my house is my house and my car is my car. So I love the separation of it. And one of the big benefits of it is like if you are in a Forest Service road, you can just drop off the camper and go off-roading or go somewhere into the city without worrying about towing anything. So that's why I like the separation of like house and car. But apart from this just being like my driving vehicle, it's also kind of like a storage unit. I keep my water in here. I have like big bins that I put Milo's dog food in. I have my dirty clothes. Yeah, I mean, it's another nice place to store items. These are the awesome portable solar panels from Go Power Electric. They're so lightweight. I've tried other portable panels because I can't put anything on top of the camper. I worry because of the weight of the walls and all that stuff. So I look for portable ones that can lay on the floor, and they weigh, I think they weigh less than 10 pounds, and they are 100 watt, I believe, or 100, yeah, 100 watt. And so you connect both of them and then they help charge like my battery and all of that good stuff. I like them. So I am the co-founder of Latinx Hikers, which is a grassroots initiative that started 5 years ago, 2017, to bring more diversity onto the trails. Being a Latina, like, I'm very tight with my family. My parents are my everything. And so when I first hit the road, they were so confused. My dad and my mom worry all the time. My dad would call me all the time and be like, just come home, what are you doing? But now 2 years later, they're super supportive. They're very proud of me for building my own path, essentially, and living the way that I want. And I think they also notice how happy I am. Hopefully there's some Latinas out there that are watching. I get super excited whenever I meet any other van lifer, camper lifer that identify as Latina. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram or TikTok, luz.lituma, which is my last name. And follow Latinx Hikers. We post if we're gonna have an event around the area, and I hope to see y'all out there. If you see my little camper, say hi. I like making friends.